your ass better call somebody!
You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE.
Give me a hell yeah!
Now, let's meet the host. Kyle Gagliardi.
The face that runs the place.
Jim Tucker. And Erica Marini.
I'm the boss. I'm the blueprint. I'm the standard.
Well, I think we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I am your host, Mr. OTM, Kyle Gagliardi. And as always, I am joined by my good friend, Jim Tucker, or as I like to call him, Tucky!
What's going on, Kyle? It's been a little bit. It's been a little while since I was able to do that. Glad to be back. We said we were going to have a full booth, and it'll get fuller.
We lied a little bit, just a smidge. Erica will be here. We don't know when. She has company over right now. It's Cinco de Mayo. Tuck, I celebrate, you know.
And congrats to her for having friends. That's an achievement for some.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, you're out in Nevada now. You're slowly but surely making some friends, right? Or is it all just family?
Yeah, I hate these people. I'm just joking.
Your kids that you coach are like, what the fuck?
Screw these kids. Yeah. Speaking of that, no more baseball season, but I do have friends out here. I've got a few people. It's tough to not compare them to my Indiana people, but yeah, it's good. Had a good season. I can't believe it's done. It's weird to be done May 4th. But yeah, life is good. Good afternoon, Robbie Collins. What's going on?
How's it going, Robbie? Mikey Wilson, May 5th, big holiday down here. Yeah, Mikey is what, like 2 hours away from Mexico?
Not, dude, like 20 minutes, bro.
Oh, geez.
Remember, he can go in and out like for dinner. He's that close. Yeah. So yeah, the club is going up on a Tuesday out there in far Texas.
So since
7
it is
minutes, not even
geez.
I was wrong. 7 minutes. It's 20 minutes total.
It's literally like from me to driving to Leroy Wiffle. That's how close he is to Mexico.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
So, Mikey, in honor of it being Cinco de Mayo, I told Tuck before the show that I was going to have some tequila. I got some Casa del Sol. We're going to take a shot because we're celebrating episode 93 on Cinco de Mayo. So, Tucky, cheers to you, my friend. Let's have an episode.
Tink.
Oh, I'm not a big tequila guy, but that's not bad. What kind was yours?
Whatever. I don't even remember the bottle.
I
think it's been there a while. I knocked some dust off of it.
I'm a big margarita guy, but like, man, just straight tequila. It's tough. It's not easy.
5 o'clock on a Tuesday. What better time? Okay. Cinco de Mayo is a good day to dethrone a king. He ain't wrong.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like what the hell was I just about to say?
He sounds like Ryan Bogus is out.
Sounds like it's wide open. Yeah, no, good. Excited for Backlash. At least some of it. Robbie Collins, ready to rock. I'm kind of thumbs in the middle on it when it comes to excitement level. So I'm excited to hear what Robbie and Mikey are excited about. What you're excited about. Take some picks. Life is good, and the actual Vogus that matters. Dirk Vogus is in the house. Good evening, sir.
Nice to see you, Mr. Vogus. He's been tuning in recently. He's a big fan of the show. The competition for the MVM is hot right now. Ryan Vogus, the current MVM, the most valuable mark. If you do not know what that means, it is the person that is interacting the most, giving the most quality comments when we are live here on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook. And speaking of YouTube talk, we now officially, and look at Mr. Vogus with the woo here on Cinco de Mayo.
He gets it.
You love to see it. But speaking of YouTube talk, we officially have our own YouTube channel. We have adopted the old OTSN YouTube channel because, let's be honest with you, for the last couple of years, the main content that OTSN was having was us.
Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty easy move. Now we are fully branded. The Overtime Sports Network is still a thing.
It is.
But we're glad to be part of the Overtime Sports Network. But that's our YouTube page. Come on.
Did you hear the news that we added to the Overtime Sports Network?
Yeah, some podcasts about football, losers, bums. I don't know what's that.
The Pigskin Project, hosted by Ryan Matthews himself, the OTM pay-per-view champion.
It is a small world. If you would have told me years ago that squirrely looking freshman was going to have a podcast on our network and we were going to get closer, even though I moved to Nevada and he left halfway through high school to go to another school, I would have called you an idiot. But here we are. Life is crazy.
That is the beautiful thing about wrestling, isn't it? It kind of just brings everybody together. And that's we've told this story before, but obviously we have new listeners that come in here. We're already on episode 93, but me and Tuck met through wiffle ball. Yep. But I think the foundation of the friendship grew because of professional wrestling, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Vogus and I knew each other through wiffle ball as well, but a lot of times it was, on the other side of the field, he and I, and meeting you and getting to know you and Mikey Wilson, who I've always known, having a few people that were still into wrestling around my age kind of gave me permission to get back into it.
It's cool again.
And it's been fun. And holy cow, I got a whole summer of shows lined up and there's a lot of memories revolving around wrestling that I wouldn't give back. So
yes, you have a long summer of wrestling coming up, and it kind of started a little bit this weekend, as you can see in the graphic down below.
Yep.
I've ever heard of this guy, people? His name's Mick Foley, went as Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack. Tuck, let's hear about this weekend, because you got a nice photo op with you and the wonderful Mista.
Yeah, it was awesome. Had a good show. So I had a half marathon in the morning, and then Mista and I drove to Sacramento. Stopped at Oak Park Brewing in Sacramento, highly recommended, great food and beverages. And then we went to the historic Colonial Theater in Sacramento. And by historic, it means they haven't really done anything to it since it opened however long ago. Very
it's
old.
Historic now that Mick Foley performed there, right?
Yes, absolutely. And the attendance there, the people working were like super impressed. It was not a sold out crowd, but there weren't many seats available.
Look at that. Robbie Collins is rocking the Foley top too.
Dude, he gets it. My guy. Yeah. Glad to hear that. It was a great show. He talked for about an hour about stories, and he kind of had his like set and he went over stories, and then he did about 45 minutes of Q&A.
Oh, wow.
A lot of good questions and answers. Some of the questions you'd ask, like how many thumbtacks have been into your body, kind of like those simple ones, but
yeah,
learned a lot of good stuff. He's really good at impressions, so he was entertaining. His Terry Funk impression is undefeated. It was very funny. And then I got the belt signed. He's signed.
Awesome.
He's signed to the left of the side plate, so it's not front and center. But
is the On the Mark Wrestling podcast plate still on there, or did you?
Yeah, it's on the opposite side. Yeah, okay. So it was there when he signed it, but he didn't mention it. But I wore my OTM shirt, and then I was able to find a wrestling figure that I bought on eBay that I had when I was a kid. The exact figure I had when I was a kid, and awesome. He signed that. So that's in my classroom, and then. Mista and I each got one of these as well, so he signed that. So it was nice. I mean, it was good. It was a good time. We got home pretty late, but it was worth it. I wish it was on a Saturday, but great dude, awesome. It was worth it. It was $75 for VIP, so $75 for early entry.
That includes the show, obviously, too, correct?
Yep, $75 for the show.
Totally worth it.
He signed one individual item, so Mista gave, I got to use Mista to sign another one, and then we each got it. It was good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. When I saw that picture, I was like, man, that's just it's one of those moments you're going to remember, like when we met Kevin Owens. That's something that I will never forget. And then obviously Mick Foley, who is a legend, a Hall of Famer. He's got some of the most iconic moments in wrestling history, and you got to meet him. So I'm glad you got to experience that for sure. And you spoke about the OTM shirt that you were wearing. I am wearing an OTM shirt right now, and you could be wearing one as well if you go to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.com. And this weekend, the live special event, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, Tuck, we have a discount code. What is that discount code, and what are they going to save if they use that code on our website?
Bro, it's easy. What is the title of the pay-per-view? Like half of the title. The code is Backlash, people. We're not going to make you type in Wrestlemania Backlash. I'm not confident I could type that correctly the first time. Type in Backlash. You're going to save 20%. That's pretty solid. So we're basically giving away the merch through Wrestlemania Backlash weekend.
Comfy shirts, by the way. I mean, just look at it. Beautiful. Tight fitting, not tight, but form fitting.
Form fitting, athletic fitting, if you will. Good material, solid print. It kind of holds up through the wash and the dry cycle, and some companies struggle with that sometimes, but we've had nothing but success with our products as long as we can center the image ourselves on the t-shirt, right, Mr. OTM?
Yeah, I messed up on my Mr. OTM shirt, but we got that fixed. Robbie said he would definitely be giving it a checkout and possibly buying some. That's awesome, man. We appreciate you because, like we say all the time, this isn't free, but we love doing it, and anything that comes in from the merch site, we appreciate greatly. So the main reason we're here, we're about 10 minutes into the show, is to talk about wrestling, of course. So we might as well get into the biggest headline that came a little later last week. We didn't get the opportunity really to cover it here on the show because we didn't do a Sunday shoot, but we had some more NXT releases, and unfortunately this has become a common thing. It happens on a yearly basis, sometimes twice a year, but this time the bigger names that we saw that got their release: Malcolm Bivens, Dakota Kai, Dexter Lumis, and Harland, formerly known as Parker Bordeaux. What's the name that really stuck out to you the most when you saw this come through?
Can you guess the one that I'm most upset about?
I think you would have liked the potential of Harland or Dexter Lumis.
Dexter Lumis. I was like, come on now. I didn't have good reason for it. I just thought the guy was creepy and jacked, and but Dexter was one that, and it was interesting because they released Dexter and then they released Persia too. The couple,
I forgot about Persia Prada, correct? Half
of each other couple. You know what I mean? And they made light of it on NXT on Tuesday. I thought that was kind of funny. At least
a lot of people are mad about that, but I think it's sometimes it's good not to ignore that stuff. You know, you just got it is what it is. It's a business.
And that's what it is. It's at this point, it's not like, you know, they're running out of money or they don't have it. They're signing people that are AEW is doing the same thing. Let's not act.
But it's not like public knowledge. Sean Ross Sapp really isn't tweeting about it, and they're not getting ripped for Stu Grayson being let go or Marco Stunt being let go. And obviously these names don't live up to the Dakota Kais and the talent of a Malcolm Bivens provides.
Those are original signings. Those are guys that were supposed to be on the ground floor of AEW, and now they're out. And you got guys like Keith Lee coming in, Ruby Soho. The list goes on and on. But that's the business side of it. So it is what it is, dude.
Yeah, let's acknowledge some comments here. A lot of them rolling in. My mother, hello.
Yeah,
Donna, hello of the week.
Here she is. Hello, Donna. How we doing? Let me get it queued up. What up, girl?
Donna just bought me Portillo's for dinner. I had a beef with the hot peppers. It was delicious.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get that when I'm back. I'm getting Portillo's.
KG14 said, can't believe they released Dakota and Dexter. Yeah, the Dakota one hurts for me a lot, Tuck. This was somebody that I grew attached to from her early years in NXT. And this is maybe a comparison I think that Vogus might have brought up to me, but early on in NXT, she gave us those Bayley babyface vibes, like just a bubbly personality, can go in the ring, and a very likable character. But when she leaned into that heel side, and that heel turn against Tegan Nox was one of the best heel turns we got in NXT. Like, that was a wow moment.
We were holding this face for minutes. Because we were there. When you're there
Robbie's
live,
excited about it too.
You know, when you're there live, you don't get the context of the commentary. So we were trying to piece it together. Like, was it real? Did it actually happen? It's kind of deceiving to you. Yeah, but it sounds like she wanted it, right? So
yeah, that's what I was going to bring up too. And like Mikey said, her turn at War Games was amazing. That it was. But yeah, so apparently Dakota showed that she had no intentions of re-signing, that her contract, I believe, was up in April of 2023. And I believe Malcolm Bivens was in a similar situation. So if that is indeed true, Tuck, I can't really blame the WWE that much, because if they have no intentions of staying past their contract, and you can just get rid of them now and cut your losses, I'm not mad about it.
At that point, if someone says, I'm not re-signing, I'm not coming back, the budgetary reason is like, well, why are we keeping you on the payroll? It's not. People hear the word budget and they think they're broke. They're not broke, bro. They got the Saudi money. But that doesn't mean you can spend like an idiot. And from an investment standpoint, if you know that that's a dead fish, we'll say, it is what it is.
The Heartland one was surprising too, and obviously we didn't get to see a lot of him, but like early on when they made that signing, obviously he drew comparisons to Brock Lesnar with his size and his presence. And then they kind of just retooled him a little bit, put him with Joe Gacy in NXT 2.0. And for me, that didn't click. How did you feel about Harlan's time in NXT?
I think this gives me the vibes of like they had a good thing and they screwed it up. And they've done that a few times. The Fiend was on fire until they put the fire out
with that Rollins match at Crown Jewel,
in my opinion. Yeah. So sometimes, that business side of it was we tried a thing and didn't lose. Like people forget Stone Cold Steve Austin was supposed to be like Chili McFreeze or Frost McFang or whatever. So it's not like they're hitting it out of the park. Some of the releases are fair if they don't want to renew. The one I'm most confused about is Bray Wyatt. I just brought it up, right?
Yeah.
They had a good thing. It's like they screwed it up and then they sent him out. Same thing with Keith Lee, dude.
Yeah, and Dexter Lumis, I never was a fan of, but something that WWE probably likes more than anything else is character work. And if you look at Dexter Lumis, he definitely had the character, and it was a unique one at that caught the attention of a lot of people in NXT. When he was doing stuff with Johnny, it was great. His stuff on screen with Indy Hartwell was good. My beef with Dexter Lumis was just like, is this guy going to be a main event player? Definitely not. Like the in-ring ability was and you are a big character guy. I know you like the spooky, the weirdos. So I get why you liked him, but for me, that's not a gags guy. Like I don't like Danhausen. I said that on the podcast.
I am also not on Team Danhausen.
But I am on Team Orange Cassidy.
And that is a team that I would gladly affiliate with myself. But yeah, that's if you look at every roster, there should be it should be a Harlem Globetrotter type roster. The extra tall guy, the super short guy, the extra jacked guy. You have all of these pieces, and sometimes a lot of the pieces kind of run together. They feel similar. The thing with Dexter that would not have got him to the top was like, I don't remember hearing a word from him ever.
I think obviously that was the gimmick, but
that's a tough gimmick.
How far can you go with that?
You can be serial killer-ish, but he wasn't even aligned with a faction. He was a lone wolf, and he never got a mouthpiece unless you want to go with like Indy, if that, So he was just in a tough spot. He's still jacked. He's still in great shape. Solid mustache. Okay, but he's going to be in that interesting dilemma now. Like, how are you going to get over on the Indies if you're sticking to that?
An Impact guy. Impact will let you have that creativity, and I believe he has a past relationship with Impact Wrestling. So
well, and we need Impact. Let's not act like we don't. We
wrestling needs Impact
for real. That doesn't mean I got to watch it every week, but it is valuable for those guys to go there and rebrand and rebuild and develop. And if WWE doesn't have to pay them, and they have a formula of these guys coming back. Cody went to AEW, started his own company, and came back.
So he was the CEO, right? That's what his label was.
Yeah, CEO, EVP, whatever. He had a bunch of letters on the end of his name, and he sounded super important. EVP, something like that. So if we got people starting new companies and coming back. Let's not act like it's bulletproof, but there is something to be said about going out, reinventing yourself, reestablishing your stock, and then going. Let's go.
So let's talk a little bit about Malcolm Bivens, because obviously we know how entertaining he is through his social media posts that he's had over the past couple of years, and then the limited time we've gotten to see him in his multiple groups and factions that he's gotten to work with on NXT. This is a guy where, and I know we do this a lot with these releases, where I instantly went, all right, Malcolm Bivens, put that guy in AEW, pair him with a Jade Cargill, someone that maybe really could use a mouthpiece like a Marina Shafir. And that would be kind of ironic since he was working with Marina Shafir's husband in NXT. But like the possibilities that Bivens can add to a company like AEW that, let's be honest, there's a lot of managers out there. Like that is what AEW puts a lot of focus on. You had Arn Anderson that was coaching Cody. You have a lot of mouthpieces for the Death Triangle. I mean, the managers go on and on. I could see him ending up in AEW and being very successful. What do you think?
And Mick Foley. So Mick Foley was asked about him managing FTR and would he go to AEW? And he said, I see how they utilize legends. I'm not very interested in staying around a lot.
Look at Jake the Snake, for instance.
That's what the older guys are doing. Arn was rocking a laminated piece of paper for months, you know? So in regards to a legend role being inserted, there's not much value, but Malcolm Bivens can definitely add to a stable or a faction that could use it. The problem is I don't know where he would go now with how many factions and stables they have. He doesn't improve the Jericho Appreciation Society. He doesn't fit in the Blackpool Combat Club because they have William Regal, and he's really William Regal is the case argument of what a legend should look like.
Yes.
He's guiding and he's mentoring. And I think Jake the Snake and Arn and Tully and those guys, they're just not on screen as much, but William Regal has done extremely well.
Fantastic stuff that Regal's doing there. But nonetheless, like with past releases, these people are going to find jobs. They're going to be okay. The talent is there. There's just so many options now in professional wrestling where you can make a good living. And hell, even Persia Parada tweeted when she got released, OnlyFans ? If you're a lady, an attractive woman, you can go make money that way. I ain't mad at you. Go get that bread.
And you don't, bro. There's a lot of people on OnlyFans not showing everything. They're not showing
like
everything.
Tony Storm. I'm not subscribed. I just know.
From what I've heard, I am happily married, and you are happily not subscribing to OnlyFans. But yeah, I don't like Jordan Grace doesn't. These ladies, there's definitely a market for it. Like
Deonna Purrazzo too. I mean, she's doing just fine without the big companies of AEW, and obviously she main evented Dynamite last night. But it just goes to show you that you can still land on your feet. So I think all of them are going to be fine. Mikey Wilson says JAS can't get any better. They are at their pinnacle. I think that was a pun, wasn't it? Because of the pinnacle. I see what he's doing there. Dakota Kai, I don't want her to go to AEW. I don't know where she goes, but that's a talent, man. And I would love to see her team up once again with Tegan Knox somewhere. Like, give me that.
What about him? You know, the women's division in Impact is solid.
Wait, before you say what you're going to say, the Inspiration just retired. Why not Nixon Newell and Evie, now or formerly known as Dakota Kai, come in there and just take the tag titles?
There you go.
I'm in for it.
And then now that Tony Khan is official, he closed on the deal with Ring of Honor. Let's see how that goes too. You know,
a lot of opportunities. So we wish the 10, I believe it was 10 people released in NXT, the best of luck. Hopefully there's no more releases coming anytime soon, because I would like to see NXT continue to grow on what they already have been establishing there, which I think NXT is still a strong show. I don't know if you got to watch this week, but once again, I thought they delivered, especially in that North American triple threat title match that kicked off the show.
Yeah, I thought that was outstanding, and I think Cameron Grimes is like getting in way better shape. He looks good. He's looking rock solid. So he's been entertaining. I've been a Grimes guy for a while, but now it looks like he's kind of investing in himself too, to leave no stone unturned when it comes to getting released or not. But those three guys that made for a great triple threat.
Cameron Grimes is just trying to go to the moon, baby.
Absolutely. No doubt.
KG14 says there were some reports saying there is more releases coming soon. Hope it's wrong, though. I did see that as well, and I do hope that it is wrong, too. But it could be a main roster release coming up, which there is a few names, I think, on the main roster they could cut ties with.
There is definitely some fluff there that we won't miss a ton.
And once again, they'll be fine if they do get released. But Robbie Collins is saying it's his first time watching NXT. It was a good show for me. we'll be watching much more. And that's something that I've been talking about on this show, man. I think NXT is underrated, and obviously it isn't what it used to be. But while I'm saying those words, I just got a text from Erica Marini, our third co-host that still hasn't joined us. She said Marini Mania is about to run wild on you mofos. So just in time for our WWE WrestleMania Backlash predictions. She may be a little lit. Me and Tucky had a shot at tequila. I got my long drink in hand, which, by the way, I plugged it on my OTSM live show, Tuck. These are fantastic.
There we go. What flavor is it? Cranberry. Nice.
Cranberry. So it's gin with natural cranberry and other natural flavors and carbonation. 5.5% alcohol. Refreshing as hell. It's going to be perfect for the summertime. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, long drinks are solid.
Drink of the summer right here. So if you can get them, go get them for sure. But you must be 21 or older if you're going to consume some alcohol beverages. I would know. Sell alcohol for a living, people.
Absolutely.
That's how we pay for this shit. So before we get into our WrestleMania backlash predictions, we're going to stall a little bit for Erica to join us. But Ryan Matthews is the current OTM pay-per-view champion. And you too can get involved in our OTM pay-per-view predictions. We may or may not have a Google Doc ready for you by Sunday. If not, just tweet at us or contact us at Pod on the Mark. Get your picks in, and you can become the OTM pay-per-view champion like Ryan Matthews himself.
We will have a Google form by tomorrow afternoon. I will set an alarm. I will create that form tomorrow during my prep period, or tonight if I feel like it. Probably not, though. Got to make tacos tonight. Cinco de Mayo on a Tuesday. Taco Tuesday on a Cinco de Mayo. We have taco characters in the kids' book, Food Fights. We are creating sketches. We are 14 pages done with the book. My awesome illustrator and I are working through it. It's going to be a great book. Probably going to sell probably around 1 million copies, I'm thinking.
We might have to post it to our merchandise site and just let people buy your kids' book.
Yeah. If that I hope it takes off, because I think there's something there.
We're going to try to take it to the moon, baby.
Yep, to the moon.
Marini jumping in the pod from the top rope. Absolutely, from that text. That's what I got. Our guy Steve, SCW, the wrestling channel. Hey, guys, what's happening? Hope you're keeping well. Steve, we are great. I saw that Steve just came out with a video with his WWE Backlash prediction, so I'm interested to watch that after this. So go ahead and check out his wrestling channel.
We've got some nervous because if he fills out the form and there, a guy from another show comes in and wins our title, we got trouble on our hands. So
Steve's also overseas, man. He's across the pond.
Steve doesn't mess around. If you thought he did, you're wrong.
No games. He plays no games.
Awesome. And that's the wonderful thing about wrestling, man. The community we're starting to build and be a part of. Robbie says thought Cora Jade and Nikita was good as well. Really love them too as a tag team. Nikita's heating up and Cora Jade's just been fire for real. I mean, what else?
Cora Jade's got to be the one to take that title from Mandy, right?
Who else is going to be? I don't know.
Nikita, maybe.
And you got Roxy in the mix now, so that
Tiffany pushed her straight to it as well.
Tiffany Stratton, I am a big fan of Tiffany Stratton's. I think she's solid. So there's a lot. We're not very familiar, but remember, if you were watching wrestling 25 or 30 years ago, nobody was familiar with Kane when he walked in. You know what I mean? So take that approach to NXT and just sit back, relax, and strap it down, as the good old Hawk Harrelson would say. And it's been good. I don't make NXT appointment viewing, but I always get through it each week. And sometimes it takes me 2 sessions, an hour here, hour there, but I always seem to get through it, and I enjoy the product.
Would be an OTM invasion if I can take that title. You know what, Steve? We'd love to see that, because Ryan Matthews is holding our title right now. Nobody from the OTM podcast has the belt, so we're trying to get it back home, bring it to the host, so we can brag about it.
I am only hanging on to the belt in because it's mine, but it's not. The rights to that belt are no longer mine. They're more McFoley's. At least he has his name on it. But that's interesting. And now Matthews has the champion's advantage, so Ty goes to the champion.
That's how this works, and it's a smaller card.
The best thing we had going for us was the fact that we had 15, 16 people in the WrestleMania mix. So hopefully we can get 8, 10, 12 people, that would help our odds, at least dethroning Ryan. But if he's just handing the title over to Steve with the wrestling channel over there, we are in trouble.
Somebody that definitely is going to try and dethrone Ryan Matthews is our wonderful co-host herself, Erica Marini. Hi, Erica.
Hey, boys. Sorry, a little late. Sorry about that.
Fashionably late. I mean, the live viewer numbers were really adding up. Where is Erica? What's going on? Yeah, and
I see.
Just waiting, just waiting and hanging around.
Lipstick on. Sorry about that.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, Erica.
Yeah, thank you. You boys, hate to interrupt. Sorry.
You're not interrupting. This is your show,
and we planned it, so
I know.
Yeah. What? Did you already have some tequila this evening? Because me and Tuck ripped a shot without you.
Okay, so I got these. I had anything Cutwater is like the devil's juice because my very first Cutwater drink was a pina colada. I drank 2 in my bedroom. I blacked out. So I go, cheers. I'm going, it must just be rum. Rum must make me black out now. No, it's 13% alcohol. So.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm having some beer too.
To those listening at a later day, I decided to have another shot of tequila. So that's how this episode is going. But Erica, you came in just in time. We haven't started our WrestleMania Backlash predictions. We were just telling our listeners, and it's a tight MVM race right now. We have a lot of people chiming in the chat. Mikey, I don't.
Bienvenidos, Erica. So, come on.
Oh, gosh, yeah. You need Tuck to translate everything for me.
No, you got it.
So, yeah, Ryan Matthews is a champion. We'll give his picks as well as we go through this. But, Erica, since you're joining us, I'll let you go first with this one. The first match on the card, we have Happy Corbin taking on Madcap Moss. And let's remember, too, Erica, that you cannot win the title on a tie. So if you want to get a little risky with these picks, it is a smaller card.
All I do is get risky with my picks. So,
Is she frozen?
No. Not on mine.
Sorry, I'm just a mess tonight. I don't know. So I haven't tuned in. I would hate to think that I guess did you guys choose any at all yet?
Nope.
For this match? Is it crazy to say Madcap Moss?
Is it?
I'll go next and tell you it's got to be Madcap Moss.
Okay.
It is Madcap Moss. That's not crazy. I think you'd be crazy if you picked the other guy.
Well, I mean, if you asked this question 5 months ago, we'd be like, oh, Corbin for sure.
Right. But people try to forget that he was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. Jeez. It's going to be Moss.
Robbie Collins agrees. He says Moss for the win. Think Corbin will win tomorrow on SmackDown. And then Moss will win for Sunday. Easy W for Madcap for me, says KG14. There is no chance if not be Madcap. So, yeah, I'm going to make this a clean sweep with us. I'm also going with Madcap Moss. I think they're going to strap a rocket to this guy. I think he's we said it a couple weeks ago, I think, Erica. I think he's a likable guy. I really think he could be a solid babyface on SmackDown. So, Happy Corbin, I would love for him to just lose all of his money when we get to Money in the Bank since it's in Las Vegas. Just have that total collapse there. So we start the collapse at WrestleMania Backlash with a Madcap Moss win. So we all are going with Moss, but the OTM pay-per-view champion himself, Ryan Matthews, is going with Happy Corbin to win.
Oh.
So
you got to get risky.
Mikey Wilson said 50-50 booking at his best.
As a champion, though, you don't have to get risky.
That's true. That's true. He's a defending champion.
Mr. Steele, your gimmick is in the house. Ryan Matthews, the champion, former 24/7 champion. Yes, Madcap Moss was. That would be full circle. And then Steve says Moss for the win. WWE attempting to make a new star. 4 out of 5 already in 2022.
What does PLE stand for?
Premium Live Event, Erica Jesus.
I should have put some lip gloss on. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking when you popped in. I was like, man, if Erica had lip gloss, we'd have more ratings.
Kyle and I just sent a private text, no lip gloss, seriously?
Bitch. And you're wearing your shirt that you wore to work? Didn't you get changed? No, I didn't.
So. No, I didn't. So.
It is what it is,
That's right. So, I showed up.
I'll start this one because I know Erica likes to get a little bit convinced when she does her picks. So we have Bobby Lashley taking on Omos. Obviously, in their first matchup, Bobby Lashley won at WrestleMania. Omos now has MVP as his manager and mouthpiece. So I like the new entrance for Bobby Lashley. I will say that. He's kind of got a podium when he comes out. That's pretty badass. But I don't think he loses much with a loss here. And I think there can be some shenanigans with MVP involved. So I'm going to go with Omos to defeat Bobby Lashley. Erica, what about you?
Interesting. Do you think that hurts Bobby Lashley at all?
I don't know.
No. I guess
especially with if there's shenanigans from MVP, right?
That's what I would think. Yeah. No offense. Like I see Omos, like I get it, but like there could never be another Andre the Giant. You know what I mean? And if he had maybe like charisma on the mic or like a little something extra, I might like see it, but I don't know. I go with you, Omos, but it's not there's shenanigans.
What do you think, Zach?
We may never have an Andre the Giant ever again, but we may have Omos the big guy. Thoughts? I mean, I'm just workshopping here. I'm going with Omos as well because I'm trying to figure out is it going to be two wins for Lashley and then they're on to a new program, or are they going to try to run with this a little bit and make it a best out of 3? I think Lashley ultimately needs to win the feud, correct, but in order for it to be a 3 match set, he's got to lose one. I think this is it. Introduce MVP and get it moving. So I'm going Omos as well.
Robbie Collins, Lashley to take the win. He's differing with us, but I think MVP is going to go back to being besides Lashley. That would be kind of weird, though. I think Bobby's being presented as a babyface now, so I don't know if MVP.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Ryan Matthews asked, have you been reading my picks? Obviously, we haven't because we differed from you on the very first pick that we gave. He's the only one that had Happy Corbin, and we all went with Madcap Moss. So, Ryan Matthews, you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh, snap.
Is Omos going to be champion? In what way? Is he talking world champion or is he talking mid-card?
I could see him with the U.S. But here's the thing: like, who beats him? Like, he's weird. I don't know.
He's weird, but I feel like the big guys, like Omos, they're easy to take down. Not for me.
Yeah, chop him down.
Not for me, but yeah.
You don't give yourself enough credit. You could.
No, Tuck, you
could take him down.
You're right. I need a Coach Tuck pep talk, and then I could take anybody.
There it is.
Yes, you could.
Let Eric Macaroni come out.
That's right. I like what Steve's saying too. You could see them eventually doing a handicap match with these guys next month, maybe even on the next premium live event. They just double turned Heyman. They won't double turn again. Good point from Mikey Wilson. Easy there, Mr. OTM. You don't need to put it in quotations because that's what I am.
How?
What do you mean how?
Oh, you're that's the nickname you gave yourself. Matthews believes that he's Mr. OTM now, but he's
not original. He can't think of his own.
The OTM PLE champion.
Lashley needs to win and eventually take a title off of Reigns. So Mikey's thinking Lashley's the one to eventually take it off Reigns. That's interesting. And KJ14 said they have to build him up a lot for him to be champion. It takes more than a giant to be a star. Absolutely.
14.
It's a very good point from KG14. Yeah. So let's move on there. We're going to move on to AJ Styles versus Edge. And the only caveat with this match, Chuck, is that Damian Priest is banned from ringside. Will that be affecting who you choose in this match?
Maybe. I guess. I don't care.
You don't care about AJ Styles versus Edge?
I do, but I don't. I think it's because it's on this Backlash card, right? My grade for the card is like a C minus. And I thought there was a lot more we were going to get. When they turned the main event to a 6-man, I was kind of pissed.
Are we sure that's the main event though?
Or that match when they making me mad. So I'm going with AJ Styles. I think they like the feud. We'll even it up and we'll see where it's going. He gets his Backlash. I think it will be a good match though. They're going to put on a hell of a match. This
had a good one.
Could be match of the night. Yeah.
Erica, what do you think?
I think I agree with KG14 that AJ could win with the help of Finn because Priest would try to intervene. But I was like also wondering, like, does Priest use like his magic and make like the lights go out and like it fumbles up AJ Styles and then like Edge gets like the quick roll up? I don't know. I don't see Edge losing, but I feel like AJ wins, which like puts me in a weird margarita-induced spot.
It sounds like you're leaning Styles.
I am. So I'll just go with that. Even though I feel like Edge maybe should win, but I will go AJ Styles.
Well, that's the hard part too. You're kind of debuting Edge and his faction in Judgment Day with him getting his first match. I forgot
and
about
that's why
that.
I almost feel like if there's something like, I don't know, because I haven't been watching. So like, is there something like more into like otherworldly with like Damian Priest?
They haven't really leaned into that since that weird thing. Yeah, they haven't really.
There hasn't been. Because I was gonna,
Yeah. So I'm on the same page as Robbie Collins. I was going to say this before he commented, but great minds think alike. Think Edge will win and Finn is going to make AJ lose and join Edge. I think Finn has been in dire need of a change of gimmick and character on the main roster because they really don't know what to do with him. He can embrace that demon side, cost AJ Styles this match.
I like that.
And we can keep this feud going because AJ eventually is going to need to get his win against Edge, but I do not think it is going to be at Backlash. I think we are going to be seeing another member of Edge's faction revealed, and it will be Finn Balor. So that's kind of what Steve was alluding to as well. Another member for Edge's Judgment Day group. Who would you like to see added if you could choose? My answer to that would be Edge. Or not Edge, sorry, Finn.
Wait, so then aren't Steve and Robbie essentially saying the same thing?
Correct.
I mean, well, if you say that it's Finn, right?
Yeah.
But you said you don't think that happens at Backlash?
No, I think that does happen at Backlash.
You think it do happen?
I think Finn is going to cost AJ Styles.
I changed my vote. You guys swayed me as usual. Thank you.
What?
So that means I can't. That means I will not be flipping my vote. Who did Ryan? I forgot who Ryan picked for.
Ryan Matthews took Omos, and he is taking Edge here.
Okay.
Who did I take? Edge.
No, you took Styles originally.
Who did you take first or second? That's the question. Yeah.
So you're finalizing it with Edge.
One Money in the Bank briefcase, and I can cash it at any point. Right? I feel like that was established when I signed on. I feel like that was part of my contract.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I thought.
This match is falling for me because of the wonky finish with Priest, and they are leading to another run-in finish with Priest and Balor.
Well, you know where you can't have any run-ins, Kyle?
What's that?
Hell in a Cell.
Oh, and we will be there.
And we know that there's definitely never been shenanigans on Hell in a Cell.
Never.
So that's the perfect time for it. Maybe they'll make this cell purple for Judgment Day.
Ooh, look at this. KG14 says, I see Rhea or Ciampa joining soon, if not Demon Balor. That would be pretty cool.
That would be so cool. That would be so cool.
I think we all can agree, though, that Edge's group / faction needs a third member, right? Like, it can't just be Priest and Edge.
And it has a bright future.
I agree. I like what they're doing. They're not going to have.
Is it a bright future or a dark future?
Ooh. Moody. I wish I had my emo bangs.
That would be hilarious if you had like those LED lights and you could just turn it into the blue. We all just go blue. You don't have those?
We've got to rehearse this a little bit more. We can start getting bits out of this thing for sure.
Smoking
yeah.
mirrors.
Ooh, yeah.
Trying to grow that TikTok, guys. We're only 14 followers away from 100 followers on TikTok. So follow us at Pod on the Mark if you are on that app. But the next match we are going to talk about, and I'm going to let the wonderful Erica Marini go first for, is Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins. Obviously, Cody made his return to the WWE at WrestleMania, and now they're going to have their second match here at WrestleMania Backlash. How do you see this one panning out? Feed me.
Has there not been any shenanigans during all of this? I don't think so, right?
The claimed shenanigans is that Seth didn't get to prepare for his opponent at WrestleMania while Cody was able to prepare for his. That's basically the extent of the shenanigans, and Seth Rollins had that laugh. I think I call that shenanigans as well.
I hate it. It's not natural. Just stop.
I'm a big fan.
The laugh?
Let's get into this. Ryan Matthews, he said, he, my pick for this one is fun. He is going with Rollins because it'll build momentum for Hell in a Cell round 3 between these two. I don't think that's a bold take. We have discussed that a couple times, actually, I believe, on this show, Erica. So is that kind of where you're landing as well? Do you think Rollins gets the win so they can even it up for Hell in a Cell?
I guess. I hadn't thought of that. I thought maybe if anything, I think Cody would win. Because why not? But I think that it would make sense to have a third match at Hell in a Cell. But I don't know that it's a clean win with Sunday. Also, is it this Sunday?
It is this Sunday.
It's
That's
Mother's
why we're doing
Day?
this show. Yeah. Cody can't lose on Mother's Day, right?
No. Who can lose on Mother's Day? Just don't go home to your mom because she's going to be pissed off, disappointed in you.
About half these guys, yeah.
And Brandy's a mom now, too.
Didn't you go into that match to win for your mother?
But Seth has the motivation to win because Becky's a mother now.
Shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but you know what? She'll just beat the shit out of him. So I don't know. I'm still going to say Cody.
Round of applause for moms out there, by the way.
Happy Mother's Day, Ma.
Did Donna pop in yet? Did I miss her?
She did.
You did.
You missed it.
It was on one. It was lit. There were chats were popping off. What up, Donna? She's like, she is the
emoji
walks into the restaurant or the gym and everyone stops what they're doing to at least just say hi. They acknowledge her, and Donna has been acknowledged. So
you could be Mr. OTM, but Donna is the mayor of OTM.
She's
we don't need to use the mayor moniker. We don't. That's already taken.
So
she's the governor.
There you go. Robbie Collins kind of agrees with you, Erica. He said, I think Cody will win, but the problem is they don't want Cody losing after returning, but they don't want Seth to lose too much, so he doesn't know. It's kind of confusing. So
I agree. That was my awful thought.
The only way Seth can lose is if he goes on a massive spiral because of it, KG14 says. So he's also going with Cody.
And it could be. Yeah.
And why do you
Seth, obsessing over, and that's how you got the third one from Hell in a Cell. And
hey, prayers up for that baby between Seth and Becky, because Becky's off her rocker right now too. And if Seth loses, Child Protective Services.
You know what though? They say it skips a generation. That baby will probably be the most normal baby.
Adios, Mikey.
Because she had crazy parents.
Yeah,
Mikey's off to a Cinco de Mayo party. Mikey, have a good one. Be responsible. It's Thursday, not Tuesday. I said Taco Tuesday.
Tuesday earlier.
You didn't even correct me.
You meant Taco Thursday.
Yep. Is that Taco Thursday?
Before Mikey left, he said, why do all these feuds need to go 3 months? Can Cody win and build a credible threat to Reigns?
Batting 500 on the question mark.
You guys are sitting in that AEW mind frame, I think.
Hey.
That's why. You're not patient with these storylines. I like a good, long storyline. I'm a sucker for it.
The problem is that sometimes WWE just drops it.
That's also true.
So I think that's why we're
they show up and they just forget.
Yeah.
This was the thing at once. Yeah.
Cody's gonna bring an extreme AEW type bloody Hell in a Cell match in June. Too good to pass up. That we can all get behind. So Tuck, Erica's going with Cody. What about you?
I'm going with Cody as well. I think he puts the fire out, and he's got to get going. He's got to get going on the road to SummerSlam, because I think it's Cody and Roman at SummerSlam. I think Drew is the payoff at Money in the Bank for Roman.
Ooh, you do. I don't think it is Cody and Reigns at SummerSlam. I don't.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay, we'll find out.
Wait, guys, how you guys going to Raw on Monday?
Oh, all right.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You didn't tell us that.
Oh, hell yeah. There you go.
I didn't because it just got finalized, and then also I forgot about it tonight. But Monday's my birthday, and it's coming to Connecticut.
Shit.
So.
Oh, damn. 29. I forgot about
Big
that.
2-9. Yeah. Look at you. So you both are with Cody, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm going to agree with our OTM pay-per-view champion. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins as well because...
Wait, what? Oh, you're agreeing with Ryan. Okay, got it.
He is the OTM champion. I'm going to give him credit.
Mr. OTMs are sticking together, Tuck.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the youngster. I do think this is going to be a trilogy of sorts that culminates in the Hell in a Cell, and the only way to get there, in my opinion, is having Seth Rollins win. A lot of people are like, oh man, Cody just came back to WWE. You can't have him lose. I really don't think it's that bad of a loss if you're losing to Seth Rollins. If there's anybody to lose to, Seth is the guy.
I think Ryan Matthews and Gags are starting to align, although they've got a playful banter, but I think that leaves you and I together. Maybe we pull Ryan Bogus and, we get shirts made that says "We the Twos." We're here,
That's terrible. I hate it. Steve wishing Erica a happy birthday. We love Steve. Steve's the man. So Steve, what's your pick in this
29,
one?
crazy.
Cody's gonna. I think he's gonna pick. Well, I don't know that I'm reading the wrong comments over there.
Yeah,
I wonder
their
who Steve is
logos
gonna
are
pick.
similar.
Yeah, I get those two confused.
Okay.
So this is match of the night.
This or Edge and Styles.
It's a huge bucket.
But I mean, I think that 6-man match is going to be fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it really in the grand scheme of things, but I think all the talent in that match. So we might as well talk about it. You got RK Bro and McIntyre taking on the Bloodline. Obviously, they're not doing the title unification match, which some people are a little mad about. I kind of like it because I wasn't quite ready for those tag titles to be unified. I kind of want to see more from RK Bro and from the Usos, respectfully. So I'm going to go with RK Bro and Drew McIntyre in this one. That way we can just keep going with these feuds because eventually they are going to do that RK Bro versus the Usos. And I think if you have the Usos win here, it would make sense for RK Bro to have that match with them later on in the future. And same with McIntyre. So if McIntyre can get a win over Jey Uso or Jimmy, I think that's fine. Roman Reigns isn't getting the loss. He's not eating the pinfall, so it's not going to ruin his reputation. So I'm going to go with RK Bro and Drew McIntyre in this one. What about you guys?
Yeah, this one's tough for me because
Steve on the Rollins.
In order for me to feel good about RK Bro and Drew winning, I that means something has to go wrong within the Bloodline, and that makes me I can't come up with what it would be in my head. But I also know if the Bloodline wins, doesn't that kind of snuff out the feuds?
That's what I was thinking.
No, so can we talk about it together? So I
would love to because we're the twos.
Hey, KG14 just subscribed to our YouTube channel. Shout out to him. We appreciate it.
KG, that's respect. Appreciate that.
I feel like this is baby drool on my shirt if you could see it. I feel like if the Bloodline loses, wait, do you guys think that the Bloodline ultimately gets the undisputed tag titles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that.
Yeah.
Whatever you ultimately think affects this. Because if they don't, I think the Bloodline wins Sunday. If you think that they do, I think they lose Sunday.
I agree.
I think whoever's going to end up with those titles on Sunday, on whatever that unification match is, loses on Sunday. So if you think it's going to be the Bloodline, I think RK Bro and Drew McIntyre win.
They will build the SummerSlam for Drew versus Roman and RK Bro versus the Usos. So KG14 is going with RK Bro for the win. Robbie Collins is going with RK Bro on this one. Easy enough. Can't see anything else. As you said,
I like
helps
that.
build the fuse. Yeah, that's a nice little play on words. Mr. Vogus said, so what's the good explanation on why they are not combining the tag titles? Tuck, do you have an answer?
There isn't one. There's not. I think they got caught with their pants down and said, hey, I think they realized they were doing a pretty good job building the Usos versus RK Bro. That was a match I was dying to see. Remember, I pitched.
I just think they rushed it.
And I think they realized they had a good thing. So let's businessman, let's get some more legs out of it. That's my interpretation. I don't think there is a good explanation for it.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, Mr. Vogus, that it's just was too soon. I think they want to prolong this a little longer. They're not ready for one of these teams to be holding all of the gold quite yet. So they're going to push that back to maybe a SummerSlam like KG14 alluded to a little earlier. Steve said that he feels like they were teasing Orton versus Reigns during Raw. I kind of sensed that a little bit as well. And that feud makes a lot of sense too, because Randy Orton's still going for that record for world championships. So that could be something to keep an eye on as well. KG14 says, I think the Usos have to unify the tag titles unless there is a big turn. Orton looked at Reigns a certain way and it makes too much sense. And then we have a lot of comments rolling in, so I'm just going to go through all of them. I also think it's Roman versus Shinsuke at Money in the Bank. They completely forgot about that feud, is what KG14 is saying. And then another quick thought from Robbie Collins. We could see Solo join the Bloodline at some point in the future. Eric, I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago, didn't we? That we would like to see that.
But how soon?
I mean, he just lost the North American title match, so what else is there for him to do in NXT?
Especially in NXT.
Win the NXT title at some point? I don't know. That would probably be a cool goal.
Will Roman be competing on Raw and SmackDown with both belts? Yes, I think that is the plan. I think it's kind of just going to blend together for him. Yeah, Solo will join the Bloodline and win the IC title. That would be something special. So, did you give your picks? I totally forgot.
I'm going to say that I hope the Bloodline wins the title unification match. So I will choose RK Bro this time. And I do love RK Bro. Not so much Drew, but whatever.
Tuck, did you give your pick?
I guess I'll go with RK Bro because I'm nervous about losing a point here. I hope it's a good match. I hope this one isn't I hope it doesn't come to that finish where you're like they can fuck off. Like, what a waste of time. That's what I'm nervous about. Fuck off.
He gave that pick like Eeyore. I'm gonna go with RK Bro.
I don't. Well, I'm not compelled. I was so excited for the actual tag match. That should have been the main event, which would have been great. When was the last time a tag match main evented a PLE? Fuck, whatever. RK Bro. It's fine.
It is fine, and like I said, I think it'll be a fun match. I think we're going to definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
So the only other match we have to talk about, this is the only one left that is on the card officially. And, of course, they could announce some more matches tomorrow on SmackDown or probably on Saturday because they've done shit like that before. But the I Quit match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, this is the only title match at WrestleMania Backlash between Charlotte Flair, the champion, and Ronda Rousey. And like I said, this will be an I Quit match. KG14 says the Ronda-Charlotte feud needs to end. It's gone on too long and it's stale. I'll say Ronda to win, though. So, Erica, since you agree, you just want to add on to what KG14 is saying?
I don't care about either. Sorry, I'm typing. I agree with what KG said. It's too long. It needs to be over. I don't think I'm going to be happy with either winner. No offense. I know you like Ronda. I know Ryan likes Ronda.
I like both. I like both.
I know. I said I know you like Ronda. You love Charlotte.
I don't love Charlotte. She's just the GOAT.
You love Charlotte, and that's fine.
Kyle
fist fought one of my friends.
I haven't fist fought anyone in my life.
I remember that.
They fist fought. So,
I remember.
It's fine. I don't know. I don't care.
There's a fun fact for you. Look at Steve.
Steve off the top rope with that. I really, really appreciate that. That is cool. Kabuki Warriors versus Becky and Charlotte back in 2019 was the last tag title main event, and I can't tell you a thing from that match.
TLC 2009 for the men with DX versus the Jericho. Wow, that's a fun fact for you.
And it's been a while
since there was a tag team in the main event.
There you go, girl.
That's why we're the twos.
So what was your actual pick here? Was it Ronda?
The pick is I turn the TV off. I would say Ronda, I guess. I just don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that whomever wins, does Bayley come back? Does somebody come back? I hope Charlotte wins and then Bayley comes back. But then what with Ronda? I don't want to see Bayley versus Ronda, but maybe Bayley comes back and costs Charlotte, and now that's their little side feud and this and that. So let's go Ronda Rousey with some shenanigans, but Ronda gets the win.
Tuck, before you go, Robbie Collins is saying that Ronda needs to win. If not, what else is there to do with her? Although he doesn't want Ronda in a massive title picture, but he wants her still in the WWE, so maybe just a few feuds on the side, maybe even a tag team partner of sorts. And I think Erica was kind of on the same page as Robbie right there as well. Because Ronda is talented. I don't think anybody's denying the fact that she can't go in the ring, but maybe people would like to see her away from the title scene, kind of like Robbie. Ronda and
Shayna. I also feel like, no offense, sorry not to cut you off, but I was thinking about this the other day in the shower. The way that Sasha, I know she's a tag team champ, but she's not SmackDown Raw Women's Champion title. She's tag team champ. She's doing the damn thing with that. Becky was involved in a tag match last week. I like that. I like that you're taking these main event, main title women and not making their only worth be for those or challenging for those titles, and they can be in these tag matches with other women. So I like that. So
Steve was loving her performance there. I should say your performance, Erica. You finished that. I like KG's point though. Ronda and Shayna as a tag team would be pretty awesome. We have Bailey or Alexa could come back as well. Those are other names you didn't mention, Erica, that are a possibility. And Robbie agrees. He hopes Alexa comes back. So Tuck, what are you thinking in this one? I quit match. It's a different stipulation, obviously. So how does that affect your thought on who's going to win?
Well, first off, I was really excited to see Vogus, but he spelled King wrong. He started.
Hi, Queen.
Take my heart out, why don't you? You wait an hour to see the guy, and then okay, well, fuck me. I'm going with Ronda. Ronda, if you're gonna have former UFC champion Ronda Rousey lose an I Quit match, okay. If you have no plans for her in the future, if she wants out of her contract, whatever budgetary reasons you want to release her, Charlotte needs to win. If not, she has to win this match. I'm just excited for a different feud between the two. Let them go.
I am going to go off of what Steve's saying here. So everybody's going with Ronda for the win. And then he said Ronda versus Charlotte in the Hell in a Cell next month. Ronda hasn't done a cage match yet. So I feel like that's something could use as a selling point. And going off of that point, Steve, I am going with Charlotte Flair to win here at WrestleMania Backlash. And it's not going to be just a clean win and I quit. You notice over the past couple weeks on SmackDown, Drew Gulak has been involved in this feud. I think with Charlotte laying into Drew Gulak, this isn't just a coincidence. I feel like he is going to be a reason Charlotte Flair retains here. He was kind of just demeaning him on SmackDown. What is your worth? Can you do? Charlotte was demeaning Gulak. What is your worth? What, you can't even do this job right. I think in a way, Drew Gulak is going to help Charlotte retain. And then we go off of Steve's point and we sell it as Ronda Rousey in Hell in a Cell, a match that she's never been in, a cage fighter in a cell match. I think that's going to get a lot of mainstream interest. And it's something that I want to see. I know a lot of people are tired of this feud. I get it. But for me personally, I like the idea of it going on just another show. Ronda Rousey wins that title in Hell in a Cell. I think this is too soon. So I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair to retain her title at WrestleMania Backlash.
Well, KG14 said if Charlotte versus Ronda goes to Hell in a Cell, he's done.
Same. KG is my spirit animal. He gets it. I'm out too.
To be fair, Ronda also put him in an armbar. That is also true. Hi, Tuck, you're a Greek god.
I read TBF as I didn't know what that meant.
Nobody's gonna make a comment about me. Thanks, Bogus. You got a Greek god comment, and we got a Queen comment. And then
sad gags is one of my favorites, actually. So
I'm never sad. What are you talking about? So I'm the only one going with Charlotte here.
Wow, trailblazer in his own right.
That's all
right.
Wow,
shocker there.
I love Ronda Rousey too. You act like I don't like Ronda.
You love Ronda Rousey, but you love Charlotte Flair.
Would it not make more sense to make Gulak make Flair lose? I think Flair can use her, status as leverage and maybe, or use her Flair as leverage and convince Gulak to help her win. That's my.
But then what would that be? What comes of that? Is Drew Gulak like her lackey?
Yeah, in a way.
Gulaki.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm also trying to just win that title. I don't want to
recap Kyle's pick for Ronda versus Charlotte.
All right, I can't wait to clip this when Charlotte Flair is and still women's champion. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a real fart on you.
Oh, I don't want that. I'll get pink eye.
I didn't say your face.
She did not. She not one time said your face.
I think I'll spend more time with Gabs than anyone else.
We don't have to talk about on air, okay?
This is true. Vogus and I have already had a couple long car rides, and we get to have some wonderful conversations in our own right. So that's fair. We're car buddies. But yeah, that's it though. That's the card for WrestleMania Backlash. Of course, they could. It is small. That's why I was going to say, Eric, I think they could probably add on maybe tomorrow or Saturday. We'll find out. But if they do, we will add them to the Google Doc that Tuck said that he will be working on very shortly. So any final thoughts, Erica? I know you didn't get to talk about the NXT releases. So if you have anything to add about that, the floor is yours.
I think that NXT has gotten very whack. And I think that a lot of the cuts were people that like I didn't know. But then like I also feel bad for people like Persia Parada, whatever her name is that you just got stuck in this weird ass angle where you had to make out with what's his face? Like
The
whether you
Duke.
wanted to or not, you had to make out, with Duke Hudson or whatever his real name. You had to like make out with him, and then all of a sudden like, oh yeah, by the way, you're cut. Like it's just bogus. And then they cut Dexter Lumis, and I think that is bogus. So I don't understand what's going on with the NXT, but I know I drank 2 margaritas, and I don't watch Tuesday nights anymore. So suck on that, whoever's in charge of NXT, because I was a giant fan. So
Tuck, that kind of doesn't match our vibe that we were talking about earlier. We were praising NXT earlier in the show, and then Eric
not at all. Yeah, we were kind of praising it and not hating the character development. Again, it has its flaws, but every show does. But I think the wrestling's not bad. I won't give the triple threat back. I liked it.
It's just something I don't know what it is, and that's what I mean. Kyle, you're witness that. Robbie, I'm sorry. Kyle, you're a witness that I did not watch NXT in the beginning at all. It took me a little bit, and I eventually like got onto it like a year after like I met you and this and that. And then I loved it. I really, really loved it. And then like, I don't know, like then the 2.0 started and I wanted nothing more than 2.0 to succeed. I was like, let's just give it a chance. We got like this meat stick in Braun Breaker. Like we still have our own guys. Like let's, whatever. And then it's just slowly lost me. And there is nothing happening on NXT week to week that I'm like this. Oh, I have to watch that tonight. Or that I'm like, oh, I can't miss that. Like I got this. Wednesday nights, I'm like, oh, I need to see, AEW, this and that. I watched Raw when Raw was shit. I watched SmackDown when SmackDown is shit. I just can't do it when it's NXT. I expect more from NXT and I'm not getting it. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
I respectfully disagree with you, Erica, but you're not the only one that has that take. You're not alone.
The problem is I don't like.
Is NXT must-see TV?
Not in my eyes.
A yes boy.
No boy.
Come on now.
A yes boy.
Can I get a yes boy? Yes boy.
Can we get a yes boy in the chat? Yes boys.
Can you?
Erica's just a hater. She likes watching AEW every week where they just put together dream matches with no story behind it whatsoever.
Oh, all of a sudden Kyle doesn't like that anymore.
No, I just want to get you going.
Yeah, because you pissed me right off.
I like AEW. You act like I don't like AEW.
You liked it before I did.
I know. I still do. A yes boy. A yes boy. That's our new thing.
You guys do them for Halloween?
I might.
I think the answer is.
I might.
Erica, that's funny you brought that up. I was thinking about making a fall vacation, and maybe I can go visit Tucky.
Erica, you are more than welcome to join. I would love nothing more than to do the Reno bar crawl, stay at a hotel, hit the bar crawl, and then hit the casinos up. We can do Lake Tahoe. Just let me know.
Even with an old 29-year-old like me?
Yeah.
I'll be 29 in June.
All right. Well, I'm not.
No, just go with it. We're both 29.
Robbie Collins with a yes boy.
A yes boy. I'm gonna be saying yes boy in my best Chelsea accent.
Yes boy. Yes boy. Yes boy.
The vibes in the chat tonight have been immaculate. Arguably the most tight race for MVM that we've ever had. As you can see in the background, the MVM title is there. It's the most valuable mark of the On the Mark Wrestling podcast. And for the very first time, we are going to do something very, very special. Since the comment section was so strong, the interaction was fantastic. There is a new Trios MVM champions with KG14, Robbie Collins, and Steve from the Wrestling Channel are all going to hold a share with that Trios title, guys. This is history.
Yes, boy. Yes, boy. Yes, boy. Now, the three of them are going to have to come together and tell us the title of their faction. The twos are taken. They can't be
yes, boy.
KG with the MVM. He's feeling it. We need.
I love that.
We've got to figure out how we can get their addresses, but we've got decals on the way. It's a Mikey Mouse title this week. That's not a thing.
I mean Mickey Mouse, I think.
No, I get it. But we've got decals we'll be sending out.
Show them a little better. Show them what they're getting.
They're quality too.
Yes, boy. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Yes, boys. Robbie
Yes,
said.
boy. You
Duh.
get it. The
Oh.
Yes Boys. Okay, well that's
Of course.
kind of Jack and Mike gimmick, but no, I mean that's kind of been a thing I'm trying to
Robbie,
get.
I like
I
it.
think between my 2 Yes Boy posts on Twitter, I think I've got like 14 or 16 views combined. So
Is it? Oh yeah.
Yes Boy. The Yes
Yes
Boys. But the one thing that does piss me off about that, Pretty Deadly, 0 merch on the WWE shop. Tried to spend my money on them. Not yet. And they didn't like or retweet my tweets. And
Okay.
my shit is that was
They're
funny.
heels.
But who are you?
They're
Oh, well,
they're
he's the co-host of the On the Mark Wrestling podcast. Who are
Us.
you?
Are you
Bro,
kidding? I would
you're-
go to war for Tuck. I'm saying
they-
who are
pe-
they? To
right.
not
They
like-
nobody even knows who that Kit and Elton. Come on. They're the 3s. We're the 2s.
Yeah. Bye,
We got-
Bogus.
What's the comment? Look forward to listening tomorrow and winning my title back next week. See ya.
Vogue is going to be looking like Wardlow against those security guards in the ring next week. On the
Bogus.
show.
Bogus. They're gonna get those
Aw.
chants when he comes in.
Yes,
So
yes.
to our friends that are going to be the trios champion, the most valuable marks, why don't you go ahead and cap off your win together? Go to the onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com, use code Backlash at checkout, and you get one of yours. I can't even talk right now. Get one of these MVM t-shirts right here. Use code Backlash, 20% off.
Dirt. You're not gonna get one sticker, my man. I'm gonna send you a boatload. I owe Vogus like 14 of them, so I'll just send the rollover to you and do as you will. What a great show! And we talked beforehand. We thought the cupboard might be a little bit bare. We knew some
Like
of
last
our
week, Erica.
we knew some of our strong and steadies
Yeah.
weren't gonna make it up. So we were predicting for this to be more of a content driven episode, but man, that was fun. So
Robbie's in the UK.
I'll figure it out.
But I also want to see this talk when you were wondering about what's her name? Pretty Deadly. NXT UK has a different merch shop.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe check
So they
them
would
out.
have because they were champs.
They were
there
like
too.
tag
Okay.
champs forever, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they
Yes,
have something
boy.
over there.
Yep.
Yes, boy. So
Hold on. I don't think.
Right.
Did you see the video of Mista and Susie yelling it at me as I was running the marathon?
I did.
Yes,
You
I
posted
did,
on
I
Twitter.
did.
I said, well, they were supposed to do it at mile 5, and they didn't see me as I was passing them.
Were you John Cena?
No, I was slow, soggy, wet Jimmy. But
Mm,
My
shout
favorite
out.
type of Jimmy.
me too.
I don't think anybody understood what was happening.
Get
The
you
police
support
officer,
like that.
they were looking like, I don't get it. And you're not even running that fast, guy. But it happens. We got through it.
And it
So,
got me
yeah.
through it.
That was a great video. Should make sure you're following at JimTuck89 so you can see some quality
the best.
content like that.
Only
And then you got to send him a bunch of yes boys. And a thank you from Robbie Collins there to close out the episode. But Tuck, before we go, we got a special day coming up here on Monday the 9th. Our co-host Erica Marini's birthday. We're gonna take some time, sing along in the comment section. You ready, Tuck?
Oh yeah.
What?
A
1, a
a
2,
2,
a 3.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
For the 2s.
Happy birthday, dear Marini.
That was coming.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Show.
Look at that.
Thanks,
Show.
guys. Thanks.
Show.
Thanks. My cheeks hurt already. Thank you.
Bam, 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 bam.
Oh,
And then
thank
KG
you,
goes,
Mr. Bogus.
"Shoosh."
Thank you.
Yeah, he
Oh,
probably heard us singing.
Jerk off the top rope. The Vogus boys coming in heavy with the emojis. Love to see it. Heart
Guys,
emoji.
lead on 25. Crazy, right?
Wow.
It's
Life
wild.
comes at ya.
was
Fast.
Probably one of the most fun episodes we've done. It's not possible without the interaction of you guys. So thank you all for chiming in throughout the entire episode. And thank you, KG14, specifically for subscribing to our brand new YouTube channel. And make sure you're following us at Pot on the Mark on all of our socials. Tucky, why don't you send us home?
Well, now that we've been through it and we've spent an hour and 15 minutes with the On the Mark community that joined us, had a great show. We've got Erica's birthday coming up, so that's a reason to be excited for the weekend.
She'll be at Raw for it.
I went, and what a better way to celebrate than at a wrestling show?
That's right.
I was thumbs in the middle on Backlash. Now I'm thumbs pointed slightly up. I'm a little bit more excited, but I'm excited to get here next week on Thursday and cut it up again with another live show. That's where you'll be able to find us. In the meantime, on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, follow us at Pot on the Mark. You can find us on Facebook as well, On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. And don't forget to visit the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.com and use the code Backlash, save 20% off merch. Wow, what a show. Very excited. Energy.
I'm very humbled by all the comments we're getting. Sorry to cut you off, Tuck, but
it's like so fun. I feel like we have like friends. Like
you guys are the best. This show is nothing without them, right, Erica?
Yeah, no, I love it. I love the interaction. I love like when you guys come in to like watch, whether you like comment or not. Like it's just like fun, and then like when you do comment, it's like even greater, and it's just like
and as we get older and we find other people that want to contribute and talk, it feels like it validates our fandom a little bit more too. Like I'm not a crazy person because I still enjoy this, but so I have to go to school and validate it to high schoolers because high schoolers.
It took me until like my 30s to find like wrestling friends. And like I found them on Twitter, but like I found them and like they all became like my best friends and like my brothers. And I just feel like one door closed and then like this door open and now I'm with these two bozos and like
yes, boy.
And it's like now I get like a new group of friends and it's just I love it. It's just happy. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, immaculate vibes. And Dirk accurately pointed out you misspoke.
I said 25. I meant 29. That's what I meant.
Yes, she said early 30s, but she meant as she was approaching her early 30s many years ago until she got to 29. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling
Podcast.